Hello and welcome to Marce Cooks. It is me, Marce. Today I am going to be showing you how to make shakshuka. As fun as it is to say, it is also a treat. It's an absolute treat that you won't even feel guilty about having, and it's super easy to make. Let's go. Right, so for the shakshuka we're gonna start off, I don't know if you can see that properly, but we're gonna start off by putting in some diced onions. To be fair, I'm gonna put quite a lot of onions into this one, just because then they're gonna go to waste. If you want to know how you can cut the onions this lovely and small, well, my darlings, I have actually made a video on how to cut an onion. So what I'm gonna do now is just sweat this off. I'm gonna start with some garlic, freshly garlic. And then I'm going to put in here, we've got some cayenne pepper, some cumin or some triguisar if you have triguisar at home. And then this is some turmeric. Look how beautiful that looks. Gorgeous, right. So that goes in there. Then this is a collection of spices called Ras el Hanout. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but it smells amazing and it literally brings a flavor of like Morocco into your house. So this, some chili flakes, some fresh chillies. Now this is haram, but it's some chorizo. I know, I like pork, and for those of you that don't want to have pork, you don't have to put it in there, but I do, I like it. It's really nice. So already this is frying off and it's smelling banging. Nice little low heat so that all of these flavors are coming out. So I want this to cook off a little bit. So we're just gonna wait for that. Right, so as you can see now, my onions are translucent. Translucent means that they're a little bit see-through. Like you can, they're not as blocked as they were before. So yeah, so once the onions are see-through, my herbs, you can smell that my spices are legit popping off. I'm gonna add in some tint tomatoes. And we're gonna mix this one through. And this needs to reduce. So this is a nice consistency that we ideally want to be able to keep. If it does cook off too much and reduce too much, where all of those juices are starting to go away, I will then add in a little bit of stock. But ideally, I don't want to add in a lot of stock. Why, I hear you ask? Well, if you add in a lot of stock, what that's going to do is it can potentially water down all of these spices that we've put in there so far. So the whole purpose of this now is to just let it simmer for a bit, let those tomatoes and those spices incorporate a little bit more, and then from there we will taste. Now, with some tinned tomatoes, you need to make sure that the acidity is not too much. If it feels like you're sucking on a lemon, put in a little bit of sugar. Why sugar? Because it will balance it out and create a much more mellow dish. All right, and so then while that is simmering, one of the things that I'm going to be adding into this is one of my secret ingredients, okay? So we're gonna go from the most ethnic all the way down to the least ethnic. The first ethnic, I think, is actually a tiebreaker. If you don't know one, you know the other. The first one, jumbo, Maggi, chicken one, chicken Maggi. Wow, is halal, very nice. But this is not for the vegans, my honey. It isn't. But you add a little bit of this into your food, not too much. Got a taste, but it elevates your dish. Okay. Even if you're making custard, makes it taste amazing. Not custard. The second one is one that is very much found mainly in the Colombian or the Latin America scene, okay? adobo. Un poquitico de adobo y le trae el sazón. A little bit of adobo y le trae sazón. Sazón means flavor. It means seasoning. It means that certain je ne sais quoi that elevates the dish. Same as Maggi, same similar concept, but yeah, it's amazing. What's in it? Sal, salt, garlic, oregano. It's actually quite basic, but honestly, look, it even says sazonada. And then the last one, you can find it in your local Tesco's. It's called aromat. Aromat is actually vegan friendly, and it's basically a little another level of what we have there. But yeah, so these are my things. So the reason why I'm showing you is because I'm gonna put a little bit of adobo into my thing right now. Now, it doesn't have to be adobo, it doesn't need to be Maggi, it doesn't need to be aromat. Taste it to your flavor. But for me, you know what, add it in, just a little bit though, just a little shake. Right, so now as you can see, this is now reducing into a nice little thickness. You see it? I'm just gonna put in a little bit of adobo, just a little bit. I'm gonna put in some courgettes, and I'm going to turn down the heat because I don't necessarily want this to be constant fire, do you know what I mean? It needs to simmer, it needs to relax. All right, not sure about you, but I think that's incorporated enough. I'm going to leave that down there to chill for a bit, and then that's going to cook off. Steam in my face. Right, so now, yeah, you see, starting to stick a little bit, but it's okay, it's all right. Now, I'm going to check for flavor. I didn't add in any salt before I put in my Maggi, because those flavors intensify, the salt intensifies, and you risk making it too salty. So I always check it for salt just towards the end of the process, because I do sometimes cook with a lot of seasoning that has salt in it. Like for example, the Maggi, the adobo, the aromat. If you're using that normally in your cooking, you don't need to add in a lot of salt. I've literally just added in a few sprinkles of sea salt in here now, because it just needed it. All right, and so the next process is cracking the egg, and it's still smelling banging, you know. All right, so I'm gonna put this here. This is my egg 1, egg 2, egg 3, egg 4. I know I don't have a lid that covers it, so what I'm gonna do is turn down the heat a little bit and cover it with some aluminium foil. Okay, so what it's gonna do is gonna create like a little steam down there, and then your eggs will be able to cook, and then you can clean up your section. Right, so if you're like me and you have to compromise and put on aluminium on your shakshuka, you leave that on there. If you are also like me and you like a runny yolk, you literally put it on for about 2-3 minutes max, depending on what heat you have it. The way that you can tell if your egg is actually cooked or not is by looking at it clearly. If the whites are white or translucent, then they're not ready. If it's a nice firm white, then those are cooked. The same process for your egg yolks. If your egg yolks are firm to the touch, they are overdone. If they're a little bit soft and you can feel a bit of juice flowing in them, then that's nice and runny. And that's how I like mine. So I'm gonna show you guys. So prepare for the smoke, but that is not ready. This, better. So we need to put this back on, cover it up. and wait a little bit longer. Okay, so during this period, what you can be doing is putting on your pitta bread, making sure they're nice and warm. Get yourself a prosecco because maybe you're doing it on a brunch and you just want to chill now. But now is the time where you have a few spare minutes to yourself. Okay, so now you can see here, nice and firm, which tells me that's cooked. This is still nice and bouncy. This one's a little bit harder, as is this one, and this one's bouncy. So that tells me that it is cooked. So what you will do is sprinkle it with a little bit of pepper. Sprinkle it with some fresh herbs. And voila, there is your shakshuka. All right, so now that we have made our shakshuka, it's time to serve. We are serving deliciousness, honey. When I tell you this is banging, the smells, everything is just amazing. All right, so that is me showing you how to make a shakshuka. It is healthy-ish, yeah, healthy. Healthy, delicious, easy to make, and you can literally have it whenever you want. The bit I love the most is like this. You guys have been amazing. I have been Marce Cooks. Thank you very much for your time. Make sure you like and subscribe and turn on notifications for the latest videos. Make sure you comment underneath what you think about the video. Send me pictures and tag me on Instagram with how you've interpreted this dish and how you've made it at home. Love you all very much. God bless you all.